Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. Nigerians are not keeping quiet at all, especially those who have been agitating and seeking to leave Nigeria over so many, in fact, myriads of issues. Nigeria as a nation is going through, from insecurity to you name it, economic meltdown, just name it. And right now, Nigerians have decided to take it higher by moving down to United Nations General Assembly to arrange a lot of things. Way back in Nigeria, the Meet Allah Cattle Breeders Association are making demands over their right. Even some of the senators are insisting that the Fulanis have the same right as every other indigenous Nigeria, just as they should provide enabling environment for them to go ahead and do their grazing. A quick one, there will be an emergency meeting by the serving governors that will be taking place in Enugu in some 48 hours, to come. But let's quickly give you a recap. What is this? A quick recap of what is going on in Nigeria. But right now, the protest is ongoing. But before we go into the newspaper to find out exactly what IPOB and the Yoruba Nation agitators are doing in the premises of the United Nations, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, separatist campaigners, that's Yoruba Nation, agitators, and indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and other agitators from the south and the middle belt have stormed the United Nations for their 1 million man freedom march. I don't know if they're up to 1 million, but they have tagged it 1 million man freedom march. Well, the protest was monitored and coordinated by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, NINAS. The protesters are demanding that the United Nations to supervise referendum in the Middle Belt and southern parts of Nigeria. They also demanded an end to the genocide being perpetrated by suspected herdsmen in the name of grazing and rejected the 1999 constitution. The nation reports it also found out that the protest, which holds from September 14 to 24th opposite the United Nations headquarters in New York, United States, coincides with the 76th United Nations General Assembly, which started on Tuesday. Which means the crowd may not be so much now, but as more awareness is being created, more Nigerians residing in the United States, more Nigerians that have access to get into United States, more Nigerians that have access to visa to go to United States would definitely, who are willing, of course, and who are also hoping to leave Nigeria, would like to join them. But let's continue. The chairman of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, NINAS, that's Professor Banji Akintoye, and other leaders in a statement made available, stated that the protest was to draw the attention of the world leaders to state-sponsored terrorism against the people of the Middle Belt and the southern Nigeria. A lot of things are happening right now in Nigeria, and they're trying to bring the world's attention to what is going on in Nigeria. Don't forget that the southern governors are talking about the issue of banning of Fulani herdsmen. A lot of hand twisting is going on here and there. Just recent press release by Akintoye that they're not backing down on the issue of Southern Governors Forum. But it's not even all governors and Southern governors are into this. I could still remember Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State saying there's an existing understanding between herders living in Imo and the farmers. So there's really there's no anti-grazing law anywhere in Imo State. It's just generally trying to tell southern governors whatever meeting people are having, just don't involve Imo State in this matter. Technically speaking, anyway, he didn't say that, but technically speaking, he said, look, well, the whole essence of open grazing is not it's about security, and he's saying for Imo State, having issues with clashes between herders and farmers. The same memorandum of understanding. Okay, and Enugu already have they're done and dusted with the issue of anti-basing bill passed into law. Akintoye, in fact, was a champion of it, or in fact, he was, I think, one of the first governors that made it happen also. And so they're trying to look into a lot of things. We still have the issue of VAT, and while they're trying to ensure that there is something like open grazing, there have been a lot of now you get to understand where we are heading as a nation. This is getting quite interesting. Don't forget that Professor Akintoye Banji is the one also in charge of Ninas. Is also the one in charge of Yoruba agitation. That's Ilana Modua. Then we have IPOB also represented there, they're all asking for one thing, that there should be a referendum and the United Nations should be the one to monitor them. Back home, a lot of issues are going on. There seems to be another group also antagonizing IPOB in the southeast, and there's also there've always been some little group also from the southwest also antagonizing the Yoruba agitators. Don't also forget that both leaders, as in the frontline leaders like Sunday Adeyemo, otherwise known as Sunday Igboho, and Mazen Namdekano, are all in detention. As a one is in Nigeria, the other is in Benin. So a lot of things, a lot of things are happening. Like somebody would say, right now anything can happen. There've been the Northerners saying, look, with the issue of VAT, technical referendum is technical restructuring is going on, with media with telecommunication being shut down in Zamfara, some part of the north, and there seem to be a little on issues of security. The military trying to see how they can clamp down on bandits, and there's also the issue of insecurity going on, where corruption, big heavy corruption going on at the background. There's also the issue of the president asking for more money in billions, not in millions, now in billions of dollars, probably to support the overwhelmed economy. A lot of things are happening. Nigerians are wondering, with the level of debt we are in and more to collect, where are we heading? These are things that are bothersome, that is causing a lot of indigenous Nigerians to think maybe, just maybe, by the time Nigeria is through with 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, we may not even have enough to pay our debt. Some of these debts are going to be serviced as moratorium of 1 year, 2 years. So you may not feel the impact of the repayment schedule now, until probably a year or two after. You begin to wonder, the next person who's angling to take the power seat, may be actually picking up carcass. I don't know how this is going to play out, but the indigenous Nigerians, some indigenous Nigerians are saying they want out. They want their country and they want the United Nations to monitor it. Right now, there may not be millions of Nigerians in the protest ground, but maybe as the days roll by, there might be increment. That's where we're going to wrap it up.